We are still live from the Antipolo Sports Hub, and for our fifth game, we feature 16-under action between the two North Division squads with identical win-loss records having their separate ways after this matchup as we continue the live coverage of the country's premier youth basketball league, Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL. Closing into the finish of our 6-game slate ngayong Biyernes mula nga dito sa Antipolo Sports Hub. It's the second game between the Rizal Switch Fiber and the Manila Health Forum with Doc Atoie, a 16-under division matchup, and we'll finish off our day with, of course, their 14-under division. Isang magandang hapon muli sa inyong lahat. Jaime Mander, kasama rin Kyle Sanchez, bring you the action from Antipolo City. And Kyle, a bit of a breakaway dito sa Rizal in their previous game and hoping for a closer matchup in this 16-under game.
Yes, no, for Rizal's previous game, they started off slow. No, it was a close ball game all throughout, especially for the first 3 quarters. But in that fourth quarter, dun sila nakalayo dito sa Valenzuela Classic, no, where they outscored them by more than 9 points to finally get that win.
And ito nga Rizal Switch Fiber, as you said, won against the Valenzuela Classic Junior, 76-62. And what specifically in terms of statistical categories they had the advantages?
Well, itong steals nila, no, that's what pops out dito sa statistics natin. They had 15 steals dito kontra sa Valenzuela, and those turnovers really haunted Valenzuela Classic in their previous game, and that's why Rizal was able to get that win.
Switching dito naman sa Manila Health Forum with Doc Atoie, coming off that loss against the Quezon City 8-8 Junior Giants. Bit of a tough one, just 5 points, 71-66.
Yes, they got off to a slow start, only scoring 5 points in the opening quarter, so they had to play catch-up for the rest of the way, and doon na sila kinulang towards the end game.
And of course, itong parehong teams at the bottom of the standing, so let's find out who can climb out the bottom of the cellar. Simulan na natin through the starting lineups for our venue announcer.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, Junior MPBL fans. Welcome to Antipolo City Sports Hub. This is the Season 2 of Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL, ang liga ng bawat batang Pilipino. The basketball action continues between the 16-under of Manila Health Forum with Doc Atoie and Rizal Switch Fiber. We are live on our official Facebook page and YouTube channel of Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL. And now it's time to meet the starters from your Manila Health Forum with Doc Atoie. Guard number 19, Dave Abay. Also guard number 25, Martin Pascual. Forward number 10, Marcos Pelayo. Also forward number 77, Joansen Gonzalez. Playing center number 23, Cyril Makahipay. Head coach of Manila Health Forum with Doc Atoie, Bagot Espido. Assisted by Vong Rizal. Team manager, Gio Kahuga. And now it's time to meet the starters from your Rizal Switch Fiber. Guard number 10, Alian Guanse. Also guard number 19, Jeremy Sampo. Forward number 16, Lawrence Villas. Also forward number 38, Angelo Lugo. Playing center number 4, Ian Josh Alfred Asay. Head coach of Rizal Switch Fiber, June Cuevas. Assisted by John Necesito, Yesi Mapanaw. Team manager, Ariel Balahaja.
Look at the Doray team starters once again for the 16-under game between Manila and Rizal. Health Forum with Doc Atoie will begin this game with Abay, Pascual, Pelayo, Gonzalez, and Makahipay. Para sa Rizal naman, we have Guanse, Sapo, Pilias, Lugo, and Asay. Fifth game of a 6-game slate. Mula pa rin dito sa Antipolo City Sports Hub. And both teams struggling so far in this season. Just 2 wins to show for in their season so far. So ito na yung chance nila na makalabas dun sa bottom of our standings if they come up with a victory.
Yes, no, this will be an important important game for both of these teams. No, maybe a win here could at least propel them towards the upper half of our standings and maybe give them some momentum heading into the playoffs.
Of course, top 8 lang of each division ang kukunin natin into the playoff round. No more play-in, similar to our season 1. It's very important na hindi ka mabaon since doble habol ka na if you are gonna be searching for those wins at the tail end of the season.
Yes, no, every game matters here in our tournament. So for both of these teams, dalawa pa lang ang panalo nila, parehas. So that elusive third win will finally come to one of these teams or at the end of this ball game.
Naman yung good news, no? Na isa sa kanila makakalabas kahit papano dun sa bottom. But unfortunately for the other, syempre mas malalim pa na hukay ang kanilang haharapin. Sa Asay, able to block that shot from Makahipay. Manila though opening the scoring festivities earlier, up by 2 early. Inbound from the baseline. It's 10 seconds to shoot. Pascual looking for a friend. Just a second to shoot now. Ball staying a bit too long. Dito kay Pascual, unable to execute on that half-court set was Manila.
Yes, very good defense there coming from Rizal. No, still scoreless here in the ball game, but you like that they're starting off aggressive on the defensive end of the floor.
Close to 2 minutes gone by dito sa ating first quarter. They rotate the ball to a wide open three-pointer but can't hit from that corner is Pillas.
Not the strongest suit ng opensa nitong Rizal, only converting 2 3-pointers in their previous win over Valenzuela. No? Kagaya ng mga kuya nila in the 18 and under division, they're very talented when it comes to scoring the ball on the inside.
And the baseline inbound para sa Manila. Pulling up. Short was Gonzalez. Makahipay. Block once again. This time Lugo. Still sticking to it. Makahipay. You like the resilience on this kid.
And also great patience, no, from Makahipay. 2 big men in front of him and also pump faking both of them twice to finally get that basket.
Pillas to Guance. Teardrop rattles out. Hindi pa rin makahanap ng puntos dito ang Rizal.
Oo, no, unlike their kuyas earlier sa ating 4th game, their kuyas got off to a hot start. While sila naman, medyo hindi pa nila nahanap ang kanilang rhythm offensively.
Guance. Ahead to Sapo. Finally, the first 2 para sa Switch Fiber. Six and a half still left here in our first quarter. A bit of a low-scoring affair compared to yung game natin kanina. It was a hot start para sa Rizal. Turnover once again para sa Manila. Pillas. Lilipad gets his first 2 of the game. We will be tied at 4 after that bucket from Lawrence Pillas. An early nature spring timeout will be called here by the Manila Health Forum with Doc Atoie. Take another look at that rack attack from Lawrence Pillas. We're deadlocked at 4. Babalik tayo after this nature spring timeout.
Kahit na nasa Rizal Switch Fiber na naglalaro si Aldam at Alian Guance, ay all-out support pa rin ang kanilang ama na si Coach Alfie Guance ng Dasmariñas Don Facundo Hoops na kanina naman ay may laro dito sa ating liga. Saad pa nga niya na kung ang ibang bata nga raw ay nasosuportahan nila, what more ang passion ng kanilang anak na maglaro ng basketball. Jaime, Kyle?
Thank you for that report, Renoa. And Interesting to know more about these players. No? Yung mga story na nakukuha nito ni Rinoa.
Oo, no, we're really doing our homework and allowing us an inside look at the personal lives din ng mga manlalaro natin.
Naman ng mga scoop talaga na mas nagugustuhan natin hearing, right? The stories off the court and what makes these players and the coaches even the way they are.
Yes, and at least we get to have a better understanding of why they are the way they are and kung ba't nga sila andito. And also, yun nga, yung journey, what brought them here sa ating junior MPBL.
Inspiring stories left and right. Hindi nagkukulang yan dito sa ating Manny Pacquiao's junior MPBL. Heard it time and time again, no? Na talagang yung roots mo din minsan and the influences that you have growing up. And maybe for you, Kyle, and maybe take a second to also learn more about, you know, what started you into basketball.
Well, fortunately, no, coming from coming from a basketball family, so to speak, no, I had some cousins na anak ni Philip Cesar, no, we all know si Tapal King, yung he's the husband of my aunt. So yung mga pinsan ko ng mga anak nila, no, they were playing for Lasal Green Hills St. Benil when I was growing up. So that I guess lit a fire under me then. Doon nagkaroon ng doon na plant yung seed of the love for basketball para sa akin naman, and nagtuloy-tuloy na when I went to San Beda, and of course that's where my own journey started.
A great story, Kyle, no? And yun nga, minsan talagang kailangan lang plant yung seed na yan. It doesn't take a lot, especially dito sa Pilipinas, where basketball is, sabi nga nila, a religion. So we're tied at 6. So neither team able to break away early. Makahipay goes baseline. Can't hit on the finger roll. Spilias attacking the lane once more. Will be fouled, heading to the line for a couple.
Lawrence Pillas scored 25 points and also grabbed 7 rebounds and dished out 2 assists in their victory against Valenzuela. So talagang he can really pile on the points para sa kanyang koponan. And he's also averaging close to 20 points, 19.3 points per game rather. Itong si Lawrence Pillas, very solid contributor, very consistent performer para sa Rizal Switch Fiber.
And veterano na din to, Kyle, sa ating Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL in Season 1. Really, I think mas well-rounded na yung laro niya here in Season number 2 if I would assess his gameplay. Parang mas controlled na rin in terms of, knowing when to score and knowing when to facilitate and look for his teammates to get involved. So, maganda nakikita, nagde-develop din talaga itong mga batang to from age group to age group and from division to division.
Yes, no, yung maturity na yan will serve him well if ever he goes up sa 18 under division natin, no? And yun nga ang hinahanap ng mga coaches natin. That's why they're able to develop these players para sa mga future teams and careers nila.
Lawrence Pillas able to find Asay. A beautiful maneuver. Ano gusto natin sa mga players eh. Pagkatapos natin silang bigyan ng flowers, nagpapakita ka agad and proving your point, making you look like a genius.
Hindi tayo pinapahiya.
Tied once again, this time at 8. 4 and 12 still left here in the first quarter. So while Pillas is already making some noise in terms of his offense, dito naman sa kabila, itong si Lamarcos Pelayo. Also, someone that can light it up, averaging close to 21 points a ball game. Still a bit cold to begin this game.
Yes, no, averages nga niya. Similar to Lawrence Pillas, around the 20-point per game mark. And he also had a big game in their loss to Quezon City, no, scoring 26 points. So we all know what he's capable of. And kung gusto nilang makabalik sa scoring column, the winning column rather, he would have to produce similar numbers here today.
I'd also like to note that one player in that game against Quezon City that is not in the bench of the Manila Health Forum with Doc Atoie is Nas Humadi, their second leading scorer, who in that game, which I was fortunate enough to be able to cover, uminit din siya sa labas. So that outside shooting might be sorely missed in this matchup between them and Rizal.
Oh, and yun nga, they converted 6 3-pointers in their last game, then that loss to Quezon City. So tingnan natin if may magsi-step up dito na shooter sa lineup ng Manila.
Time and time again, we have seen key players na hindi talaga nakakasuit up for their teams in Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL, but whether that be a commitment for a different team or a school team, that you have to prioritize, of course, that the players, yun yung chance nila to make a name for themselves, especially if wala pang game that they have broken out.
Yes, we've mentioned din before, no? There are some hidden gems. In almost every team naman may hidden gem eh. Nakaupo lang talaga sa bench, hindi mo siguro masyado nabibigyan ng minutes. Maybe part of the trust na din of their coaches, baka hindi pa nila na-earn yung trust na yun during practice, so we're not really sure. But yun nga, kung may nawawalang player sa isang lineup due to any unforeseen circumstances, injuries, or scheduling conflicts, what have you, these are chances and opportunities that these boys cannot pass up on.
The platform na binibigay ng ating Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL, you never know who's watching as well. And maybe that game, yun yung maging audition piece mo, not just to your coach, but to maybe coaches. So, I'm pretty sure have their eyes glued dito sa ating mga live streams.
Yes, no? Regardless of the team standings or where they are dito sa liga natin, you always want to treat every game as an audition. You never know who's watching. Yeah, there's no meaningless game really. All games are opportunities for you to show your talent. And yun nga, if the right person is watching you at the right time and you have a big game, who knows, that could open doors for you in the future.
So tied at 8, a minute and 50 remaining sa ating first quarter. Some empty possessions for both these teams. Ganda ikot ng bola para sa Rizal. Kick out. 3-pointer. Flashes it in. That's Hugo Ezekiel Ferriols. May Ferriols tayo sa 18 under kanina. Probably related. I'm pretty sure yung Guanse are brothers. May Guanse tayo dito sa 16 and 18 as well. So possibly itong Ferriols are also related. Gonzalez working underneath.
They may be the sons, no, of Coach John Ferriols, who I saw before sa crowd natin. So wouldn't be surprised if that was the case.
Talaga namang mga second generation na mga players natin. Hindi rin nagkukulang in Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL as a lifting violation. We've seen 2 of those today. Not the most common whistle na nakikita natin in any league actually.
Oh, medyo bihira na rin mangyari yung mga ganyang calls, but the referee's right on top of the action.
Fast break opportunity. Ooh! Huling-huli ni Ortega. Yung atake na yon coming from Jamie Louie Katakutan. Safe to say, Ortega hindi natakot dun sa atake na yon. 3-pointer from the corner. That won't fall para kay Hinuhales. Ayaw pa rin. But third serving, that will work para sa Manila. Makahipay. Really the workhorse para dito sa Manila.
Yes, no? They had 43 team rebounds in their previous loss to Quezon City. They were out-rebounded, but still, you know that they are relentless when it comes to attacking that glass.
Jumper is short. Trying to keep it alive. But Manila will recover. Makahipay once again. Fishes for the foul. Heading to the line. Makahipay so far, 6 points and 5 rebounds here in the first. And with just a second remaining, gusto mo naman yung presence of mind na pinakita doon ni Makahipay attacking the basket knowing the time was running out.
Long and lanky player to si Makahipay, no? And is also able to run the floor very well, even being one of the taller players for his team. So good luxury to have someone like him who can finish on the fast break by himself.
Makahipay can't hit on the second. But out of it goes as Makahipay knew where that ball will drop. Got that follow-up as Manila will take with them a 4-point advantage, 15-11 heading to our second quarter. Some highlights for you. Not the highest scoring ball game we have so far. Balanced attack for both these teams. Several deadlocks, but Manila able to get this 4-point advantage behind the performance of Makahipay, now in double digits. 10 points para kay Makahipay. Let's see if he can break out in this ball game, or will Rizal find a way back. They're trailing by 4, 15-11 at the end of the first.
The Philippines, Don Benitos, Pambansang Kasaba, Jinky Skin, empowering women by redefining beauty. Found Active for quality sportswear. Chris Jacob Collection for affordable but quality daily perfumes. Wing Bowl, it's like coming home.
Balik tayo dito sa Antipolo City Sports Hub for the resumption of our action. Second quarter na po. Manila Health Forum with Doc Atoie has this 4-point advantage against the Rizal Switch Fiber. Jaime Mendihar, Sampare, and Cal Sanchez bring you reaction live on your Facebook and YouTube streams. Nothing much separating both these teams so far, and both teams really showing that sense of urgency in order to secure that third victory and a way out of that bottom cellar.
Oh, no, important ball game for both of these teams as previously mentioned. And yun nga, dikit pa rin tayo here at the start of the second quarter. Manila doing a particularly good job in the first quarter. In the rebounding department, getting second and third looks at the basket, which allowed them to have this slim 4-point lead.
And in this type of ball game, yung slim leads na yan, parang it feels larger given how close these teams are. Nang makaalagwa ka lang ng bahagya, that may be just enough to hold on for a victory.
Yes, no? If in the previous ball game we had a blowout in favor of the Rizal Switch Fiber, no? Itong 16 na under younger brothers nila, mukhang mas evenly matched, no? As we see naman din sa team standings natin.
Pelayo. So scoreless in this ball game. Turn around, short, bothered by the defense there of Rizal.
Well, if you stop or at least slow down itong si Lamarcus Pelayo, you give yourself a better chance of winning this ball game, and you take away or at least decrease ang kanyang 20-point per game average.
Because I'm sure you can't really shut down ito si Lamarcus Pelayo, but if you are able to contain him at least, like you said, Kyle, parang maybe one half of the formula for a victory para sa Rizal.
Oo, no? Kasi good scorers will always find a way to put that ball in the basket, no? Such as in the case nito ni Marcus Pelayo. Later on, he will probably find a way to get his points pa din. Pero at the very least, if you're Rizal, you have to make him earn every basket. Talagang papahirapan mo siyang pumuntos. And maybe, kung sakaling mapagod mo siya just enough towards the end of this ball game, he might not have those legs to finish it off para sa Manila.
And with the absence of Nasumadi Kyle, you know, Lamarcus Pelayo, definitely a marked man here para sa Manila. You could key in sa kanya in terms of a defensive pressure. He secures the rebound dito. So if ikaw naman yung teammates ito ni Lamarcus Pelayo, you would want to ease some of that pressure off him and make yourself a viable option.
Yes, no? And then one of the players I see who can do that here today is yung si Makahipay nga, who had a good first quarter. Maybe could try to help out si Lamarcus Pelayo in the scoring and rebounding department.
Kakasabi mo nga lang, scorers find a way. As Lamarcus Pelayo gets to the lane, will be fouled. It's a chance to get his first points from the free throw line. As we see Pilias checking back in, along with Jermaine Sapo. Couple of starters rejoining the ball game para sa Rizal. Gets the first one to trickle in. Samantala, let's head over to Renoa for a report. Renoa?
Lamarcus Pelayo of Manila Health Forum with Doc Atoie is currently enduring an injury in his pinky on his right hand. Pagkikwento pa niya na during his school training last Tuesday ay tumama ng malakas ang bola nang ipasa ito sa kanya. Dagdag pa niya na magang-magaraw ito pero tinape niya na lang ito bago ang laro ngayong hapon. Jaime, Kyle?
Thank you, Renoa. So may iniinda din pala itong si Lamarcus Pelayo, possibly affecting his slow start, but you like the warrior that he is.
Yes, I see nga the wrap or that bandage na nakabalot dito sa pinky niya, no? Mukhang nakorbo siguro in their previous practice. So syempre that can bother a player, especially dominant hand niya yung right hand niya. And piling on sa kanyang injury woes, mukhang natapilok pa yata. So we'll have to take a look kung ano nangyari kay Lamarcus.
Signaling a thumbs up to his teammates, but was clutching onto that left ankle, it appears. It's good to see him back on his own 2 feet. So imagine, ang sakit na nga nung yung kanang pinky. And mukhang may bago ka na namang iindahin.
Oh, Lamarcus Belay will have to sit on the bench for momentarily, no? Maybe tie those shoelaces a little tighter. And pwede niya naman ipagpag yan. Mukhang okay naman siya. Konting pahinga lang.
Nagtitape na ba pag ganitong edad, Kyle?
Well, when I was their age, no. Hindi pa ako nagtitape nun. But I'm not sure nowadays kung tinitape na bang mga ganyang edad na player. From the looks of it, parang hindi.
Yeah. I mean, I won't be surprised if you said no, na hindi pa nagtitape yung mga batang to. But does it help? Like kapag mas secured ba yung feeling, or at least in your experience?
Well, personally, I think it's a preference thing, no? I even until now, I don't like the feeling na naka-tape. Minsan medyo constricting yung pakiramdam. I like that freedom of movement dun sa ankle ko. Pero there are players na talagang hindi kaya maglaro ng hindi naka-tape yung paa nila. So I guess it's just a personal preference at this point.
Shot clock will run out. As a result, switch fiber, unable to put a shot up. We just received word from Rinoa Sanchez dito, approaching Lamarcus Pelayo after that incident, and nadaganan daw. Thus the initial reaction, but we're expecting him to be back in this game.
It's good to see, no? Nothing major. Para kay Lamarcus Pelayo, wala na nga dito si Nas Humadi in their lineup today. So he will have to carry much of the offensive load para sa kanyang koponan. So we will expect to see him back in action in just a few moments.
Blocked inside was Gonzalez. Loose ball, recovered here by Abay. Strong to the lane, challenging a defense of Asay, but took an extra step. It's a traveling violation. Will be called here against James Lamanilao.
And with Pelayo on the bench, this is Rizal's chance to trim this lead down, no? Maybe even take the lead. While the star player or the best offensive player for Manila is right now trying to tend to that minor ankle injury.
Especially with your own primary gunner on the floor, talking about Lawrence Pillas. Sapo getting that put back. Just the first 2 points para sa Rizal. We're more than halfway through our second already. So scoring really not a premium dito sa ating laro so far.
I think our officials are going to review something, no? From that last play. One of the players ng Rizal, itong si Lawrence Pillas, claiming that he was elbowed sa kanyang midsection. So tingnan natin if there was anything there.
Here's another look. So Sapo and Asay, it appears, involved in that skirmish. Just competitiveness, no, at a high dito. We already spoke about how important this ball game is for both these teams.
Oh, and we've also seen how big leads have haunted teams trying to catch up towards the end game, no? Yung itong Manila nga was down early in their last ball game, kaya dun sila natalo. So syempre ngayon sila naman ang lamang. They don't want to have a repeat of what happened in their previous loss. Itong Rizal naman, of course, they want to continue their winning ways. They did win over Valenzuela in their last matchup. So for both of these teams, something's got to give.
And despite that slow start for both these teams, ito yung point ng season where if you can find your stride, definitely could carry that momentum and that confidence na mag-peak heading into our playoffs. Even if higher seed pa yung mga kalaban mo, kung nabuo mo na yung kumpiyansa na yan, mahirap na yan tibagin. So take another look at that previous play. Couple of jersey number 19 players. Pinag-aagawan eh. Parang hindi, ako lang pwedeng mag-19. Sabi ni Abay. But Sapo, of course, making a case for himself.
No play. Talagang no one wants to give an inch. Especially in that last possession. Second quarter pa lang. But nagkakainitan na ang mga players natin. And yun nga, Pillas feeling that nasikmuraan siya in that last play as you take another look at what transpired. We see the elbow that Pilas tried to give, pero yun nga, yung initial contact is what we are trying to determine if that warranted a reaction from Lawrence Pilas yung dito kay Sapo as they were trying to jockey for position.
So our officials immediately calling for that. So Jermaine Sapo will be whistled for an unsportsmanlike foul due to that elbow nga. And headed to the line is Dave Abay. And yun nga ina-argue dito ni Sapo na nauna daw yung contact coming from Abay. And probably Cal, you could relate, it's almost always na yung bawi ang nauhuli. Although with the benefit of a review, it did appear na Sapo was the one that swung that elbow.
Oh, so in a tie ball game like this, you have to keep your emotions in check. Yeah, this could swing the momentum, or keep the momentum towards Manila's side. No?
They are up by 4. Free throw by 5, rather a free throw converted by Abay. Hot clock down to 5. Just down to 1 now. They have to put it up. You might have thought they had 24 to work with. But only the shot clock only reset to 14. The Rizal still looking at this 5-point deficit. Still no Pelayo on the floor para sa Manila. Asay, top of the key. Off to the right. Couple of jerseys na nakaitim, nagagawan for that board. Losing control and turning it over is Villas. Hindi pa mahanap dito ni Lawrence yung kind of that groove.
And of course, he's also a marked man, no? Dito para sa depensa ng Rizal, ng Manila rather. So he would have to find other ways to contribute if he's not able to put points on the board.
Nice save by Gayocado. Gives another opportunity para sa Manila. Pulling up for 3, but that one's too long para kay Abay. But does come up with a steal. A scoop! Ayaw pa din.
Sayang yun. Dapat ginamitan niya na lang ng board. No? Yun ang tinuturo ng mga matatanda dito sa atin. If you're going to go up for that layup, just use the glass and make it easy for yourself.
Pass a bit behind as Asay comes up with a steal. So pretty sloppy basketball dito for both these teams as Villas will be called for another turnover. Another lifting violation will be called against Rizal as they will call for a Nature Spring timeout. Trailing by 5, 18 to 13. As 3:01 remaining here at the half. (18 to 13). The Manila Health Forum with Doc Atoie still in the driver's seat. In this type of low-scoring ball game, Kyle, at least based on your observation, saan mas pabor yung ganitong pace?
Well, just looking at both of these teams, no? parang, well, judging from the box score na rin, it seems to favor itong Manila. Rizal likes to push the tempo, but Manila is scoring well dito sa half-court sets nila. And yun nga, Rizal will have to find a way, maybe increase the tempo, maybe pressure the ball a little bit more from the defensive end of the floor, and maybe get some transition baskets to open up yung opensa nila.
So far, Manila nga may advantage dito, 20-13. 7-point lead, causing yet another turnover. Makahipay. Couple of blocks from Lawrence Pillas. Still making an impact despite struggling on the defensive end. You like how Pillas is trying to make it up from the defensive side.
And that's why he's one of the best players dito sa team nila, no? He also had 1 block in their last ball game. He averages a block a game, actually. So not just an offensive player, itong si Lawrence Pillas, you know, he can clamp down on defense as well.
Looking inside, getting another bucket. Martin Florence Pascual hikes this lead up to 9, 22-13. 3-pointer. Ayaw para sa Rizal. Lugo, cross court to Pillas. Looking inside to Asay. 3 defenders draped all over him. He will be heading to the line for 2. Imagine 3 players na talaga yung nagko-collapse dito against the big man of Rizal. Kita mo rin naman yung size nito ni Asay. Really difficult to deal with.
Yes, no, he's right now he's the tallest player on the floor. So he has to really carve out space down low and not just be a utility big man, but also try to ask for that ball, seeing as he does have a sizable height advantage over his defender. So talagang he has to demand for that ball, no? Maybe get some good looks down low in the basket, maybe force the defense to collapse as well, maybe open up shots for Lawrence Pillas and his other teammates.
We haven't seen them, no? Yung kanilang 18-under counterparts, talagang points in the paint naging tema. But so far, itong Rizal has yet to capitalize that advantage. Straightaway 3, that will rattle out para kay Pascual. Asay saves it to the wrong jersey, leading to this makahipay layup.
Good effort there coming from Asay. Kaya lang, there wasn't a teammate around or nearby, no, to get that loose ball.
Lead up to 10 now as another turnover committed here by the Rizal switch fiber. Turnovers now piling up. That's turnover number 13 para sa Rizal.
And they are almost as many turnovers as they have points. That's never a good sign. No? That's a recipe for disaster para sa Rizal.
Just 55 seconds remaining sa ating second quarter. Now Manila Health Forum with Doc Atoie will call for a nature spring timeout. Lead starting to grow para sa Manila Health Forum with Doc Atoie after leading by 4 at the end of that first quarter. It's now up to 10, 24-14 with just 54 seconds remaining sa ating second quarter. Pascual. Go to Gonzalez. 7 to shoot. Pass intercepted. Break para sa Rizal. Sguance. They get it to Lugo. PP hit. Can't hit. Defensive rebound once again para sa Rizal. Pillas. Gets to the lane. Floater. Ayaw. Second chance. Still no goal. Lawrence Pillas continues to struggle.
Oh, may takip ang ring para kay Lawrence Pillas. But on the other end of the floor, no, you like that intensity nitong Rizal on the defensive end. No? Medyo mas aggressive sila in getting to that ball. Kaya lang, yun nga, they're putting Manila at the free throw line. So a little more discipline would be nice from Rizal.
This is Stanley Gayocado on the line, looking to add more to this double-digit lead now of Manila. Just 8 seconds remaining. And they're doing this without Lamarcos Pelayo on the floor.
And they're doing it as a team, no? They've been moving the ball well, and everyone has benefited in one way or another from the unselfishness of their teammates. So maganda yung pinapakita ng Manila here in the first half.
Juanse almost losing that basketball, able to be saved. Antonio, no look inside. Makahipay will end the second quarter with 2 more points. Zairiel Makahipay has 17 in the first half. What a performance for this kid. Stepping up despite the absence of some key players and the limited minutes of Lamarcos Pelayo. Angat nga ang Manila dito by 13, 27-14 against Rizal.
In your MPBL, would like to thank the following sponsors. Dolide, Bola ng Pinoy, the official ball of Junior MPBL. Pound per pound, Biliga Red Sea, Nature Spring, #1 bottled water in the Philippines. Don Benitos, Pambansang Kasaba. Jinka Skin, empowering women by redefining beauty. Pound Active, for quality sportswear. Chris Jacob Collection, for affordable but quality daily perfumes. Wing Bowl, it's like coming home.
Here beside me is assistant coach Jessie Mapanaw of Rizal Switch Fiber. Good afternoon, sir. Coach Jessie, tatanong ko lang po, with your team being behind the scoreboard, ano po kaya yung dapat nyong gawin para mapataas pa po yung moral ng team nyo and yung scores po na generate ng team?
Medyo nag nag-relax yung mga bata. So mag-ano kami sa game plan namin sa depensa at saka sa offensive rebound and defensive rebound also.
Ayan, Coach, baka may gusto po kayong pasalamatan na sumusuporta po sa inyong kupunan.
Pinapasalamatan namin si Boss Glenn ng Rizal Switch Fiber, si Boss Ariel and Arellano Community and coaches.
Once again, that's Coach Jesse Mapana. Magbabalik ang Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL.
Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL would like to thank Dorite Bola ng Pinoy, the first Pinoy basketball brand, Don Benitos, ang pambansang cassava, Nature Spring, #1 bottled water in the Philippines, Pound for Pound Fitness, Be Liga Ready, Jinky Skin, empowering women by redefining beauty, Pound Active, for quality sportswear, Wing Bowl, it's like coming home, Chris Jacob Collection, for affordable but quality daily perfumes. Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL would like to thank Dorite Bola ng Pinoy, the first Pinoy basketball brand, Don Benitos, ang pambansang cassava, Nature Spring, #1 bottled water in the Philippines, Pound for Pound Fitness, Be Liga Ready, Jinky Skin, empowering women by redefining beauty, Pound Active, for quality sportswear, Wing Bowl, it's like coming home, Chris Jacob Collection, for affordable but quality daily perfumes.
Moments away from our second half of action, the 16-under matchup of the Manila Health Forum with Doc Atoie and the Rizal Switch Fiber. Low-scoring affair that we have here so far. Not a lot of offense. Only 27-14 in favor of Manila. And that second quarter, 3 points nga lang ang naitala nitong Rizal Switch Fiber. Really continuing to a struggle after scoring just 11 in that first period. But you like what you see in Manila. And especially from this kid, itong si Makahipay.
Yun nga, no? In the absence nito ni Nasumadi, we've had an answer here in the first half kung sino pa ang mag-step up para dito sa Manila. And ito nga, si Zairiel Makahipay, scoring 17 big points and leading the way for Manila. Of course, tinutulungan siya ni Gonzales and Pelayo. And for Rizal naman, Sapo, Asay, and Ferriols chipping in, but not enough as they've scored 4, 3, and 3 points respectively to try and keep in step dito sa Manila.
Noticeably absent in those leading scorers para sa Rizal is Lawrence Pillas, their leading scorer, averaging close to 20 points a ball game. And talagang medyo malamig pa. And while he's doing his contributions on the defensive side of the ball, alam naman natin kailangan ang kanyang opensa to give Rizal a chance.
Yes, no, #1 in the scouting report of the opposing team itong si Lawrence Pillas. So as the main gunner para sa kanyang koponan, he will have to find other ways to be able to contribute. Maybe find open teammates and be a decoy on offense, no? And also yung depensa niya, wala namang malas sa depensa. So that's also something that he can bring to the table if they want to get back into this ball game.
As earlier, we had a look at, of course, Doride, the official basketball of Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL. Ang bola ng Pinoy. And parang baliktad dito, no? Lawrence Pillas struggling. His team is down. Dito naman, Lamarcus Pelayo also only has 2 points, but his team is up by 13. So you really like the effort dito ng other players of Manila, especially nga si Makahipa. You did mention that you're expecting him to be kind of that scorer that can fill the void left by the absence of Nasumadi. And he's showing us na kayang-kaya nga niya talaga.
Yes, no, as you mentioned, both of the main offensive players of Rizal and Manila talagang minamalas pa in the first half. Ang difference lang for Manila is there was someone who stepped up, and that was Zariel Makahipay. For Rizal, we still have yet to see kung sino pa ang pwedeng mag-step up in place of Lawrence Pillas' bad shooting day.
And Pelayo also not starting ang ating third quarter. It was reported by Renower earlier that he's nursing an injury on his right thumb, his shooting arm, sabi mo nga. And had that spill earlier as well, holding on to his left ankle. But I guess they could afford to give him some extra time to recover, since this is a 13-point advantage that Manila has dito sa ating second half.
Yes, injuries, no? Although nothing major naman para kay Lamarcus Pelayo, but still yung mga iniinda niya nadadagdagan na. So for his teammates, they have to be aware of that, and talagang magsama-sama lang sila para tulungan si Lamarcus Pelayo, and yun nga, magandang ginagawa nila so far.
Rufino missing on that first. Can't get the second. Sapo offensive rebound and will be able to fish for that foul against Gayocado.
Good job there from Rizal, no? Sa kanila, they weren't in position. They didn't have inside position to get an offensive rebound, but still fighting for that offensive board rewards them with more free throws.
But 3 straight misses para sa Rizal. And even the freebies, no? Medyo hindi rin pa nahuhulog. Charity split para kay Sapo. 5 so far in this game, averaging a little over 12 points in the contest. So in the absence of the offense of Lawrence Pillas so far, won't be surprised if Sapo would be the one that can provide that scoring punch para sa Rizal. Kick out, go inside. Gonzalez, too strong. You like the rotation of that basketball para dito sa Manila. Pascual able to intercept.
Not the best decision there from Yurick Rufino. He did see some open teammates, no? Kaya lang, pasa niya, it was just not strong enough. At then, yun nga, turnover.
Ilias. Kick out for this 3. That's off. Rebound battle. A loose ball foul will be called here against Gayocado. So 2 fouls here in the third. Gayocado will be whistled for his 3rd, it appears.
His third personal foul, 13 fouls.
His 3rd foul, talking about Gayocado, has to take a seat. And Marcos Pelayo finally back in the ball game para sa Manila.
And that's also the 3rd team foul ng Manila, no? And only 2 minutes and some change have passed here in the 3rd quarter, so they're in danger of getting into the penalty early if they're not careful.
Yols trying to make up for that miss. So coming up empty is Rizal. Pull up. Falling short. Makahipay keeping it alive. What a game para kay Makahipay.
Just tapping the ball to himself, no? Knowing that he has those long arms to get that ball over the defender. Yung ganda yung pectus din sa mga tira niya today. Feeling good is Zeriel Makahipak.
Ilias still can't buy a basket. Pelayo leading the break. Ooh, napayungan ni Pillas. And then an offensive foul will be called against him. So itong dalawang star player ng Rizal at Manila, Sabong sa ere and Pelayo will be called for that offensive foul.
And as we mentioned nga, no, Lawrence Pillas not having the best day offensively, well below his averages from the scoring department. But yung depensa niya is still present para sa kanyang koponan. And even though they are down by 14, still a lot of time for them to come back.
Speaking of averages, Kyle, you did say below average si Pelayo, below average si Pillas. The player that we have been loving in this game so far is Ariel Makahipay. 5.5 points, 3.7 rebounds a contest. Already has 17 and 10. As we see Pelayo hit on that 3-pointer, adding to the woes dito ng Rizal. Parang hindi mo na nga pinoproblema si Pelayo so far and bigla pang iinit.
And kung uminit itong si Lamarcus Pelayo, no, that could spell bad news para sa Rizal. Switch fiber.
Pillas finally finding the bottom of the net.
So both marquee players, no, getting baskets already here in the 3rd quarter. Tingnan natin kung if this is going to be the start of a scoring barrage from these two. But as you mentioned earlier, to Zeriel Makahipak tripling his averages for 5 points per game, 3 rebounds per game. Double-double na. 3rd quarter pa lang tayo. 17 and 10 for the long and lanky big man nitong Manila.
Azilugo able to get that basket underneath of that dish coming from Mataniel Mabayad. Close to halfway through our 3rd quarter. Still up by 13 is Manila. Fast break opportunity. Rufino short on that layup. Wasted opportunity para sa switch fiber.
Oo, minadali ni Rufino yung layup, no? Seeing that there was a defender behind him, maybe contemplating kung may papalpal ba yung tira niya. So minadali niya ang kanyang layup.
Lugo goes to Rufino. Teardrop will fall. There's a string of points dito para sa Rizal switch fiber. Has allowed them to trim this lead to just 11, 32 to 21. So we have a Nature Spring timeout. A bit more of a high-scoring quarter that we have here. That find inside to Lugo from Mabayad. Lugo naman this time facilitating, getting that Rufino basket. Rizal still trailing by 11. We'll be back after this Nature Spring timeout.
Despite the great performance that they are showing in this game, Coach Bagot of Manila Health Forum with Doc Atoie shared that the team is experiencing some challenge, especially in terms of attendance during training. Dagdag pa niya na kulang pa sa commitment ang mga bata at lagi niya itong pinapaalalahanan na ibigay ang 100% palagi dahil hindi lahat ng school ay papayag kapag uma-attend lang ang player kung kailan nila gusto. Jaime? Kyle?
Thank you, Rinoa, and yeah, I mean, I get how challenging that could be if players would be unavailable even during practice. Paano naman nga naman na i-gel yung koponan mo if players can't play together?
Ayun nga, as we've time and time again explained sa ating mga viewers, no, yun ang difficulties of having a non-school-based team. Yung mga different commitments of these players can affect yung practice schedules nila. So that is a tall task for our coaches to manage yung kakulangan nila in preparation. So they have to maximize talaga kung isa or dalawang beses lang sila nakaka-practice sa isang linggo. Kailangan talagang isulit nila yung mga practice na yun.
And as a player, I guess you would want to also be rewarded if you're putting in the effort and perfect attendance ka dito sa practice. And you would want to show that you can also translate that practice time into actual playing time.
Yes, no? That speaks of the commitment of some of the players kung nakaka-attend man sila lagi sa mga practices nila. And that's a good sign, no, that they are committed to their program. But on the other end, you also have to perform. No? It's not enough to just show up. You also have to show out and show your coaches that you can be trusted with the minutes that they're giving you.
Ilias hitting on both free throws. Slowly but surely. Trying to get back to his averages. 6 so far in this game. Another turnover. Ilias, head of steam. Excellent find this time. Facilitating. Gets it to Mabayad.
And that's where it has to start para sa Rizal switch fiber on the defensive end. No? Seeing as they haven't had the shooting touch here today. Medyo minamalas even yung mga star players nila. So they will have to get those points by getting defensive stops first and foremost.
Pelayo blocked on that initial attempt. Staying with it. Lead up to 9 once again, 34 to 25. Huli sa taas, makahipay.
And that's how you block a shot, no? Keeping the ball in play. Sariel Makahipag blocking that shot with 2 hands.
Three-pointer is short as a loose ball foul will be whistled here. Be called
Number 77,
Gonzalez. Take another look at that block. Pitas kung pitas. Lugo. Probably caught by surprise that Makahipay could go up that high.
Tremendous timing that time for Sariel Makahipak. Going up for that block. I'm very impressed. This is personally the first time that I've seen him play this well. We all know yun nga yung mga averages niya, yung mga per game averages niya. So it's good to see him break out of his shell.
Spilias has another free throw coming his way. So the scorer that Lawrence Spilias is, no? Dito naman niya kinakayod via the free throw line.
Yes, as good scorers do find a way to put that ball in the basket, be it at the free throw line or however else they can find a way to put that ball in the basket.
Pelayo takes it closer.
Marcos
Floater will
Pelayo.
work. Answers coming Manila's way despite this run from Rizal.
Bumalik din yung kumpiyansa nito ni Lawrence Pelayo, no? Ni Lamarcos Pelayo. Nung na-shoot niya yung three-pointer na yun earlier, medyo lumaki na yung basket sa kanyang paningin.
Sometimes it just takes one, eh, no?
40
Talagang
seconds
isa
on
lang
the shot
minsan
clock.
na makita mo in the scorers such as Pilias and Pelayo to make that basket. Sabi mo nga, na magmukhang batya.
Yes, that's all you need talaga. O just one time lang, kahit free throw lang, can open up the scoring for you kung sakali mang you're experiencing a drought.
Pilias bothering that shot of Abay. Not getting the block, but saving those 2 points. Pilias will try from outside. Still can get that three-pointer to go. Approaching 2 minutes left here in the third. Manila still up by 9. Hinojales, no look. Fake and finish. Makahipay once more.
Pero Makahipay.
This is the game of his life right now. Para dito kaya Makahipay, feeling very well, feeling very good about himself.
Atoie Mabayad.
Mabayad. Making Manila pay. Able to escape. Lead down to 9 once again. Hinojales, pass deflected. Ball will stay with Manila. Still 14 to work with.
14 seconds on the shot clock.
A minute and 15 remaining sa ating third period. Looking for Gonzalez, but Asay able to read that play. Yet another opportunity. Pelayo. Another teardrop. Gets that one to trickle in. Natamaan pa nga.
Marcos Pelayo.
Immediately. Running the end of the floor. Sapo. Dahil nga, if ikaw ang Rizal, you can't really afford just trading baskets dito. You have to create some stops as well. Makahipay finding Pelayo. Gonzalez rather, with a miss. 2-on-1. Pelayo challenging that shot from Sapo.
Sapo.
Still able to finish.
And Sapo, one of the other players from Rizal who has stepped up here today, as Lawrence Pilias was experiencing an offensive drought from the first half.
Pelayo, kick out. Hinojales for 3. That's short. Still 5 seconds remaining. Pilias knows it. Drops it off. Great recovery there from Hinojales. Avoiding that pass going through to Mabayad.
That is the end of our third
buzzer
quarter.
sounds to
Result
signal the end of
scores
our third
40
quarter.
to 33 in favor of Manila.
Makahipay
with
continuing his
Atoie.
onslaught. Already 21 para kay Makahipay. Pilias slowly heating up. Already in double digits with 10. The Marcos Pelayo trying his best as well to keep this lead para sa Manila Health Forum with Doc Atoie.
Paging po sa mga may-ari
Lugo,
ng sasakyan
also
na may plate
contributing.
number na NDQ
It will be 40 to 33 at the end of the third.
Kulay gray, pasuyo daw po. Tsaka may plate number na VDW 221 Honda Civic na kulay gray din daw po. Alam si Honda Civic pre.
Fourth quarter about to resume. It's 40 to 33. Still a 7-point advantage para sa Manila Health Forum with Doc Atoie. They've done a great job trying to preserve this lead. Although they lost that third quarter 19 to 13, the high-scoring quarter para sa Rizal Switch Fiber. A better output after scoring just 3 points in that second. So yung puhunan na binigay nila dito sa Manila in the first half. quite haunted them, because despite that strong third quarter, they are still trailing by 7.
Fourth quarter.
Manila gets first track sa ating final 10 minutes. Pelayo finding a way inside, getting the bucket and the foul. Wala nang nagawa dun si Yurich Rufino except to give up that foul.
Foul on number 70, Yurich Rufino.
So Makahipay has done a great job trying to keep Manila in the driver's seat. Take another look at that move from Lamarcos Pelayo. That move brought to us by Pound for Pound Fitness. Be Liga ready. Completes the three-point play. Lead up to 10 once again, 43-33. Rufino challenges Makahipay. Will be bumped. Will head to the line for 2. So that's one way to kind of neutralize itong si Makahipay. Try to make him work on the defensive side of the basketball. That would be 3 now on Makahipay.
Personal foul, first team foul.
Sa ganda ng nilalaro nito ni Makahipay, you would want to take him out of his rhythm. As he will take a seat.
Gonzalez for Samuel Makahipay.
In lieu of Johansen Gonzalez. Rufino back on the line, missed 2 earlier. Gets the first. Baliktaran tayo dito, 43-34. As Rizal has shown that they can string those points and go on those runs. Do they have one in them here in the 4th? Charity split para kay Rufino. Baseline jumper. A bit too strong para kay Gayocado. Rufino, short. Once keeping it alive para sa Rizal. Pillas will be called for an offensive foul. They've played Lawrence Pillas well. Parang alam nila kung ano yung mga go-to moves nito ni Lawrence.
Lawrence Pillas.
Although he has 10,
second team foul.
Hasn't really quite explained yung struggle niya for the first 3 quarters of this game. Lawrence Pillas so far from the field, just 2 out of 9. Pelayo can hit on the jumper. Minute gone by here in the 4th. Sapo. Ikot nila. This is Lugo pulling up. Hits the jumper. Lead down to 7. 43-36. Some pressure here on the backcourt employed by the Rizal Search Fiber. Pelayo able to maneuver his way inside. Short on the layup. Gonzalez. Still no go. Pillas saves it. Although namakukuha ni Gayocado masyadong malalim. But following up his own shot.
Sally Gayocado.
Lead up to 9. 45-36. Foul will be called here against Hinojales.
Foul on number 40, J-Bar
Team
Hinojales.
foul number 3 now para sa Manila.
Second team foul.
Second team foul rather. Pillas will take a breather.
Ugo Penils for Lawrence Pillas.
Maybe
17
just what he
seconds
needs.
on the shot clock.
Be able to reset. Once he gets back, maybe he can find his groove. Wanse will miss. Lugo as well. Sorry, miss underneath after securing that offensive rebound. Lamang pa rin ng Siyamang Manila. Go to Gonzalez. Now Pascual. Just 6 to shoot for the Black Shirts. Pascual blocked. Excellent read there from Lugo. Once has a 3-on-1. Nice pass. Gets it to Rufino for the finish. Leads still at 7. 7.5 remaining sa ating 4th quarter.
And for Manila, no, you don't want to be complacent. You were up by double digits for most of the first and second half. Pero yun nga, peaking at the right time itong Rizal.
Time and time again, we've spoke about how great starts in the case of Manila. First 2 quarters has allowed them to build a 13-point advantage. And given na low scoring nga yung ating ball game Kyle, parang may dagdag pa yan yung 13 na yan.
Yes, ayun nga yung caution that they were able to build in the first half, no? Serving them well here. Still up by 7, but hot on their heels tong Rizal.
Would have been big, but Sapo's 3-pointer a bit too long. Under 7 minutes left sa ating fourth quarter. Manila trying to slow things down. Pelayo. Loose ball scramble. The jump ball will be
Jump
called.
ball.
Sapo and Pelayo
Possession
trying
goes
to
to
fight for that
Manila
basketball.
with Atoie.
Just 5 seconds
Exhibition.
left to shoot. Para sa Manila, they will keep possession.
Timeout, Rizal switch fiber.
As the result, Switch Fiber will call for a nature spring timeout. 6:44 remaining in this game. (45 to 38).
5 seconds on the shot clock.
After that timeout, just 5 seconds for Manila to draw something up. They go to Pelayo for 3. Masyadong malakas as a technical foul will be called here against Lamarcos, it seems, for faking a foul.
Technical foul number 10 now. Lamarcos Pelayo for second infraction of taking a foul.
So Lamarcos Pelayo, no, claiming that the defender clipped his foot. That's why he fell down on the floor on that shot. Pero syempre, yung referees natin, matatalas din ang mga mata ng mga yan, and you can't easily fool them. So for players, no, you want to focus on making that shot. No, you don't want your primary focus to be getting a foul. You don't want to be known as a foul baiter, no? Kasi pag nakaka-catch on yung mga referees natin na yun lang talaga yung habol mo, eh talagang hindi ka nila tatawagan, and most likely, yun nga, ikaw pa yung tatawagan nila ng technical foul.
That's a reputation that you don't want to be known for, right? And as a talented player, of course, Lamarcos Pelayo, yun nga, parang focus ka na lang on hitting that three-pointer.
Yes, because it's one thing to initiate the contact, no, and talagang force the referees to make a call. Pero it's another thing altogether to just fake contact when there is none.
Stanley Gayocado.
Gayocado, another foul. That would be 4 now on
That is with
Gayocado.
personal foul, 13 foul.
Makahipay checks back in para sa Manila Health Forum with Doc Atoie.
14 seconds on the shot
Lead is
clock.
down to 6. I believe this is the closest that Rizal has been after trailing by 13 at the half. Make that just a 4-point lead now. Great execution off that baseline inbound, leading to that Sapo jumper. Some momentum, swinging the side of Rizal. Pascual, spin cycle. He will be blocked
Out of bounds.
as ball goes back to Rizal.
Masakit dun, napalpal na nga siya, and then nadaplis pa yung bola on his hands on the way out. So good defense there para sa Rizal.
Abay for JB Katsakutan.
Katakutan will take a seat. Abay back in the ball game para sa Manila.
2-2-1 full court press right now for Manila to try and force a steal. Oh, and they do.
Immediate turnover, no? After nila i-deploy yung kanilang 2-2-1. This Gonzalez muscling his way through.
Aside from Makahipay and Pelayo, itong si Gonzalez, also one of the key contributors here for Manila.
Couldn't get the roll, was Pilias. And that's kind of the type of ball game that Lawrence has had in this matchup between Manila. Gonzalez will be clipped. So you like the efforts of Makahipay and itong nga si
Foul on
Gonzales.
number 16, Lawrence
Despite the
Pilas.
struggles
That
of
is second
Lamarcus
personal.
Pelayo in the early part of this ball
Third
game,
team foul.
talagang sila yung nag-aalaw para dito sa
Substitution.
Manila na makaangat pa rin.
Yes, and that's
Lourdes
because they
Rapino
stepped
over
up.
Jamel Sapo.
Manila is still holding on
Substitution.
to a 6-point lead. Imagine if they hadn't stepped up, no? Baka Rizal
Ilan
lang
Ortega
lamang
for
for majority of
Alien
this
Ponce.
ball game.
You gotta love that if
Officials
ikaw
for
ang
Johnson,
Manila, that
Gonzales.
despite the struggles of Pelayo, that you know you have other players that you could rely on. And Makahipay and Gonzales. If ikaw naman ng Rizal, yun yung player na medyo hinahanap pa natin. That Lawrence Pilas has been struggling. So who else can carry that offensive load?
Sapo has tried to do his part, no? But still, not enough. Kasi nga, they are still down by 8 here in the fourth quarter. So, someone else will need to step up para sa Rizal in the remaining minutes.
Angelo
Because
Manuel
this guy-
Lugo.
Lugo already has 6 as well. 49-43. Closing into halfway through our fourth quarter. Short on that 3 was Abay. Takbo na naman ng Rizal. Rufino leading the break. As he will be called for a double
Dribbling
dribble
violation.
infraction. So yung
Official
opportunities
scores
coming the way dito of
49-43
Rizal,
in
but
favor of
the
Manila
turnovers
Health
really
Forum
hurting them.
with Dong Atoie.
Turnover story natin. That's turnover number 21 now para sa Rizal. 15 para sa Manila.
That's too many turnovers para sa Rizal. This 6-point deficit could have been a lot smaller had they taken better care of the ball, especially in the first half.
Nice fake from Pascual. Stepping back for this 3-pointer.
Party influence, Pascual.
Big 3-pointer.
Point.
Hiking the lead up to 9 once again. 52-43. Ilias able to recover. Gets it to Ferriols. Teardrop will work.
Hugo Ezequiel Ferriols.
Lead down to 7. 52-45. 4:20 remaining sa ating fourth quarter. The corner, another 3-pointer. Pascual heating up at the right time para sa Manila.
And Pascual, yung sintas ni Pascual, kanina pa nakatanggal, but still, that did not deter him or distract him one bit from making that shot.
Babawi ba? Ferriols though gives it up to Rufino. They find Ortega wide open. Too strong. Sampu na naman hinahabol dito ng Rizal, 55-45, and time no longer on their side. Those 2 3-pointers from Pascual, napakalaki. No? That was when nararamdaman na nila na breathing down their necks itong Rizal.
Oo, no, that afforded them a much wider breathing room here in the fourth quarter. Talagang
10 seconds
Rizal
on the
threatening
shot
to take back the lead or get the lead for the first time here in this ball game. Pero itong si Pascual with 2 back-to-back huge 3-pointers for his team to give them more space heading into the final minutes.
Abay short on his attempt. Makahipay. Gets it to Gonzales. His turn around. Won't roll in. Ilias looking to run. Masusundutan from behind. Able to recover is Ortega. As Sapo scores on another bucket. 13 now para kay Sapo. Sabi mo nga, Sapo has been trying to be that guy in the absence of the production of Pilas to fill in those offensive points.
Oo, highest pointer for the Rizal switch fiber so far itong si Sapo. But still, obviously, not enough as they're still down by 10.
Pelayo makes a move. What about the step back? Trying to wrestle that ball away was Ortega. Some color developing. Their officials. I think it was a jump ball that was initially called. Ball will stay with Manila, but only 4 seconds left on their shot clock.
Possession goes to Manila Health Forum with Dong Atoie. Substitution.
Some color developing, no, between Pelayo and itong si Ortega.
Ano naman si Ortega, no? Not backing down despite the height disadvantage. They come up with a basketball. Ortega gets it to Lugo. Pillas, head of steam. Challenged by Makahipay. Trying to get the ball back. There's a loose ball foul be called against Lawrence Pillas. The struggles continue.
And you can see the frustration on his face, no?
Foul
Really
number
not
16,
able to
Lawrence
buy a
Pillas,
basket.
that is third personal foul,
He has been
14
bleeding
foul.
for his points here today. And yun nga, you can really tell that the defense of Manila has gotten to his head.
Though struggling from the offensive side, already has 11 rebounds and 5 assists. So it could be that Lawrence could just maybe rely on his teammates and look to be a facilitator. Sapo losing that basketball. Great transition defense para sa Manila.
Yes, no? Great hands there from Pascual, deflecting that ball off the knee of Sapo. And talagang yung momentum ng Rizal hindi matuloy-tuloy eh. Dahil may sagot lagi itong Manila.
And yung sagot, it's not even Lamarcus Pelayo having that answer. At one point, it was Makahipay. At one point, it was this guy, Gonzales. And in this fourth period, Pascual naman ang nakahanap ng dalawang three-pointers na to as the last 2 minutes. Echoing our Antipolo Sports Hub. Manila still up by 8, 55-47. Pillas comes up with a steal. Gets it to Sapo. That's the 2 that you're looking for. Not a lot of time, shut off the clock.
Still a lot of possibilities here para sa Rizal. 6-point lead for Manila. Anything still possible with more than a minute left here in this game.
Pascual against Ortega. Gets to the lane. Drop pass to Gonzales.
Juan Gonzalez for Bertie Pascual.
Pascual once again creating the opportunity. Gonzales
Timeout, Rizal,
hitting
switch
what
fiber.
might be that key basket to secure this victory para sa Manila Health Forum with Doc Atoie. 57-49. They are up by 8 with a minute and 28 left in this game. Last minute and 28 remaining in this ball game. Rizal still trailing by 8, 57-49.
40 seconds on the shot clock.
Both teams already in the penalty. Ortega eludes Abay. Will pull it back. Shot clock is down to 4. Three-pointer. Will miss para kay Ferriols. Pillas gets a foul. Not the bucket. Has to earn it once again.
And you can tell dito sa body language, no, ni Lawrence
number
Pillas, he's
17,
very exhausted dito sa larong ito. Well, he has had rebounds and assists, no, pero yung points niya well below his averages. And yung shoulders niya, bagsak na bagsak niya because nothing has been dropping for him. And na-check siya ng depensa ng Manila.
Well, it's not for a lack of trying. Sabi mo nga, scorers will find a way. Only has 8, and we say only 8 kasi nga, well, we expect a lot
Shooting to Lawrence Pillas.
from the offensive end coming from Lawrence, and nahawa na pati kanyang free throw shooting, missing on that first.
Masakit doon, no? He was practicing his free throws prior to that, pumapasok, pero when it was time to take the actual free throw, still rimming out ang mga tira nito ni Lawrence Pillas, making that second though. Pero I credit him pa din that even though he has had a hard time scoring the basket here, he hasn't stopped making those attempts, no, at the basket kasi he could have easily given up, no, and not shot the ball anymore. Pero he was still trying to put that ball in the basket. Ayaw lang talaga pumasok.
Pascual can't hit on the layup. He gets his own miss. Shot clock did not reset dahil hindi nga tumama. At a bailout.
Foul on number 16, Lawrence Villas.
Villas will commit that foul.
That is for personal
Both
foul.
teams in the penalty.
Penalty.
Pascual is headed to the line.
The withdrawals for Martin Lawrence Pascual.
Last 53 seconds remaining in this ball game. Pascual hits on that first. 9 points para kay Pascual. 7 of those in this very important fourth quarter.
Yes, making timely baskets when they needed it. Yung run that Rizal was trying to go on here in the fourth quarter, yung pamatay sunog ni Pascual, gave them more breathing room.
Periols unable to hit from that corner. Hindi rin nahulog itong 3-pointers nitong Rizal. Just 1 out of 13
Timeout.
in this ball game.
Health Forum with Doc Atoie.
Manila Health Forum with Doc Atoie will call for this Nature Spring timeout. Up by 9, 59 to
Official
50.
scores
Just 45 seconds
59 to
remaining in this game.
50 in favor of Manila Health Forum with Doc Atoie.
Still a 3-possession ball game. Manila up by 9, 59 to 50 against the Rizal Switch Fiber. In the battle of two teams who have been struggling so far in our season number 2. Rizal Switch Fiber heading into this ball game 2-5. And ito na mga Manila 2-4 as well. An opportunity we did highlight during pregame nga.
14 seconds on
That
the
a
shot
victory
clock.
here would be a step closer to secure a playoff spot. And Manila really played like they wanted to secure this third victory in their season.
Yes, no? Sure victory na to for Manila unless someone on the Rizal side
Ojikawa
has a
number
Tracy
77,
McGrady-like
Johnson Gonzalez.
performance, no? Scoring
third
in
personal
only a few
foul.
seconds. Pero yun nga,
Penalty.
itong Manila weathering that Rizal storm even until the fourth quarter. So
The
good
withdrawals for
collective
Hugo
effort para sa
Ezequiel
kanila.
Ferriol.
And even though sila Marcos Pelayo had a bad start, he had a slow start. Some of his teammates, namely itong sila Zeriel Makahipay, they carried the load for him.
That foul bringing Periols to the line. Can't convert. Ball will stay
Out of
with
bounds.
Rizal.
12 seconds on the shot clock.
Lead is down to just 8. So Rizal will call for their own Nature Spring timeout.
Rizal Switch Fiber.
Only 38 seconds remaining in this game.
Official scores 59 to 51 in favor of Manila Health Forum with Doc Atoie.
Eight-point deficit para sa Rizal, 59 to 51 against Manila in the 16-under matchup.
12 seconds on the shot
Trying to
clock.
go on one more big run. Hindi mo nga, it's not impossible. This three-pointer will hit, almost a 4-point play. So Manila still allowing itong Rizal
Foul number
back into this
11,
ball
Jimmy
game.
Louis
I was going to say, no, the best
That is
possible
first
scenario
personal.
for Rizal here would be if they hit a three-pointer. Pero they can get those 3 points here at the free throw line.
Free
And
throws
if
for
they're
Hugo
able
Ezequiel
to
Ferriol.
maybe even get a steal in the next possession, maybe try to still not allow Manila to close this game up the way they want to.
2 for 2 para kay Periols. One more coming his way. 3 out of 4 in his last 4 attempts. Down to a 6-point lead now. So 2-possession ball game.
And the coaching staff ng Rizal, no, instructing their players, no, upon inbounding the ball, na mag-double team agad sila. And if the steal is not there, they foul.
They regain possession. As Manila unable to secure that defensive rebound. So initial call was Rizal ball. They would want to take, of course, a second look. Trying to make sure that the call is accurate.
There's a review on the last play.
I'll be honest, no, it looked like it went off of a Rizal player. Our referees calling it that player from Manila was able to deflect that ball. So we will have to go to our instant replay to double check kung tama ang initial call ng ating referees. And they stick with their initial assessment.
It's one of the much faster reviews that we've seen here today. No? Isang replay lang.
Upon review, possession will
59
go
to
to Rizal
53.
Switch Fiber.
So nakakuha nga sila ng 2 puntos with a
11
clock stop
seconds on the
of
shot
those
clock.
free throws from Ferriols. Let's see if they get even more. Pilias is the second shed off the clock.
Lawrence Villas.
It's 59 to 55. Almost another steal. Loose ball scramble. Pascual gets it ahead to Gonzalez. Almost a steal from Rufino. Abay though gets the basket plus the foul. All but shutting down the hopes of Rizal Search Fiber.
Yes, no, Rizal repeatedly knocking on that door, pero sinasaraduan sila paulit-ulit nitong Manila, and that might be the final nail on the coffin for the Manila Health Forum here in this ball game. Still, Rizal not giving up until the very last second, pero yun nga, ball bouncing the way of Manila.
Muntik-muntikan sila, no? Almost a steal on the backcourt. And even Rufino had a moment na parang kala mo makukuha niya yung bola na yun.
And in the previous possession, no, they played that very well. Wala pang 1 second, nakashoot na agad si Lawrence Pilias. Kaya lang in the ensuing possession, they were not able to complete that steal.
Pilias really can get that 3-pointer going. Although, Pascual giving up yet another foul. So if you're Manila, I'm certain this is not something that they're happy about. Ferriols was fouled in that corner kanina. This time, Pilias fouled on a 3-point attempt na naman. No? So while it's relatively a safe lead, you could afford to commit these mistakes.
3 free throws for Lawrence
It's a cardinal sin not to commit those fouls on jump shooters.
Yes, they should be thankful that they have this margin to work with, no? That they can still let go yung mga ganong klaseng fouls. But in future games, no, those types of fouls can make or break the ball game for you.
0 out of 2 para kay Pilias, and the reaction of Lawrence dito really kind of tells you may mga araw na ganito talaga no, for scorers such as Lawrence, that nothing seems to fall.
Yes, it's just one of those days for him. Bagsak na bagsak ang shoulders ito ni Lawrence Pilias, so it shows what kind of toll it took on his mindset here today.
Not leaving anything to chance are the Manila Health Forum with Doc Atoie calling for this timeout with 9 seconds remaining. Just 9 seconds remaining as Manila looking to hold on, up by 6, 60 to 56. Quite the scare dito from the Rizal Switch Fiber in our last minute or so. Just when you thought na parang cruising na to a victory itong Manila, Rizal definitely making it interesting.
Yes, no, their coaching staff should still be pleased with the fight that their boys have put up here in the 4th quarter. Really not giving up and still trying to salvage this game. But that's why we always reiterate sa mga teams and players natin that you
Foul on number
should try
16,
to get
Lawrence
off to a
Villas.
good start as much as possible. Kasi nga, it's always difficult to play catch up.
5 pounds.
And that would be it
The Vitos
for
Ortiz.
the afternoon of Lawrence Villas. Struggled from the field, will finish with 12 and 14 together with 6 assists. Numbers did look good, pero yung impact nga of not having his usual scoring, I would say, spelled the difference dito para sa Rizal.
Yes, imagine if he had hit his usual averages, no? Lamang pa sila, itong Rizal, if he had scored his usual numbers. And of course, for Lawrence Villas, I'm sure he will look back on this game and try to find other ways in future games for him to score and also do other things on the basketball court that can contribute to his team.
Abay getting the steal. The shot will miss. And the final score will be 64 to 56.
Congratulations to
Manila,
our winner,
Del Forum with Doc
Manila,
Atoie.
Del Forum with Doc
Able to hold on.
Atoie.
Led all the way. Able to protect that lead. And despite Rizal making those runs, nakahanap ng responde parate itong Manila.
Yes, total team effort for Manila, avenging the loss of their kuyas earlier in the previous ball game. And yun nga, even though itong si DeMarcus Pelayo started off slow, his teammates did a good job in carrying the load for him. And he did find his groove here in the second half, and that was enough. And that cushion that they built here in the first half allowed them to come away with this win.
For Rizal, they will be sliding 2 and 5. Samantalang, 2 and 6 rather. Manila will move up 3 and 4. And now let's move up to Rinoa Sanchez, who is with our best player of the game, Sariel Makahipay.
Kasama natin ngayong hapon si Sai Makahipay. Once again, congratulations for generating double digits with 21 points and 16 rebounds. Inaasahan mo ba na magiging best player of the game ka ngayong araw?
Hindi ko po inaasahan maging best player. Iniisip ko lang po sana manalo kami ngayon game. Ayun lang.
Were you happy with your performance today?
Yes, Yes, gusto kasi naging panalo kami ngayon. Ay, nakuha namin yung panalo para gumanda po yung standing namin. Ayun lang.
Ayan, baka may gusto kang pasalamatan at batiin na sumusuporta sa'yo.
Salamat po kay Doc Atoie at saka kay Boss Gio. Salamat po sa mga coaches namin at saka shoutout po sa mga sumusuporta sa akin and sa mga magulang ko. Ayun lang po.
And we would also like to thank Don Benitos for providing a sumptuous Filipino delicacy to our best player of the game. Don Benitos, ang pambansang kasaba. Jaime?
Thank you, Rinoa, and congratulations once again, Sai Makahipay, our best player of the game. A breakout performance for this young kid, securing the victory para sa Manila Health Forum with Doc Atoie. So that would be a wrap for our 16-under matchup. One last ball game to close out our Friday. Rizal pa rin going up against Manila. This time in the 14-under division. We'll take a short break. More of your Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL when we are back.
Sa gustong gawin, isang pangarap, isang tagumpay. Gabayad pag-asa ng bayan, landas pagbabago, pag-asa, ikaw ang mahalaga. Iba't iba, pero isang halaga. Nagkakaisa, nagmamahalan, nagtutulungan. Liga ng bayan na to.
Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL would like to thank Dorite Bola ng Pinoy, the first Pinoy basketball brand, Don Benitos, ang pambansang kasaba, Nature Spring, #1 bottled water in the Philippines, pound for pound fitness, Be Liga Ready, Jinky Skin, empowering women by redefining beauty, Pound Active, for quality sportswear, Wing Bowl, it's like coming home, Chris Jacob Collection, for affordable but quality daily perfumes,